I'm glad you were able to make him feel a bit better, poor soul.
I only told him the truth.
Well, I think I can see some of it. Oh, yes, thanks. Good health.
Health? Not at all bad. Go on.
Right. Well, first of all, the murderer was familiar with Terriss's habits.
Because?
Because he knew about the private entrance to the theatre.
What else?
Terriss probably knew the man.
If it was a man.
Holmes, I've seen the post-mortem report. 2 of the blows penetrated the sternum. That takes incredible force.
Well, not incredible, merely considerable. Why did Terriss know his killer?
Because he walked up to him with no suspicions.
Oh, we have Graves' testimony that he always greeted admirers in the street.
Oh, that's true. So it's possible he didn't know him at all.
I don't give up so easily. He knew him all right.
How can you be so sure?
Well, think about the scene. 7:15 at night. Darkness. Just a feeble gas lamp over the door.
The man would have been in shadow.
Exactly. However open he was with his public, I doubt if Terriss would have happily walked right up to a dark and muffled figure lurking in a doorway unless he had a good idea of who it was.
Well, that makes sense.
Oh, we can go further. Terriss not only knew him, he knew him well.
How so?
Precisely because he was in shadow, with his face hidden. Well, Terriss must have recognised him from his stance or his clothes or something. We have Graves' word for it. The man didn't speak.
You're right. Yes, Graves explained something that had been puzzling me too.
What's that?
Why Terriss didn't make any attempt to defend himself. Now, usually in a frontal stabbing, there are defence wounds on the hands and forearms. In this case, there was nothing. But now we know that Terriss had his cane in his left hand.
And his right hand in his coat pocket, yeah. Fascinating.
The cottage. The mansion, more like.
The rewards of fame. Have you ever acted, Watson?
Good Lord, no.
Well, it's a fine profession if you're at the top.
And if you're not?
Let's see if the grieving widow will receive us.
Mr. Holmes?
Madam, this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
My sincere condolences, Mrs. Terriss.
Thank you, sir. Forgive me, but you are Mr. Sherlock Holmes, the detective?
I am.
I'm sorry, but why are you here?
I've been engaged by your late husband's colleagues to investigate his murder.
By his colleagues?
The company of the Adelphi Theatre.
All of them, sir? Or was it perhaps one in particular?
It was.
Jessie Millward.
Presumably she informed you of her intentions.
No, sir, she did not.
Do you object to our investigation, Mrs. Terriss?
If you desire it, I can tell Miss Millward that I'm relinquishing the case.
You may tell Miss Millward whatever you wish. Now, gentlemen, you must excuse me. I have to visit my daughter. I'll send in the maid with your hats.
Well,
Quite. What do we know about Mrs. Terriss?
let's see. Here we are. Amy Terriss, née Fellows, actress, gave up promising career when she married. One daughter, Elleline, unmarried, also an actress. The Terraces' marriage was famously successful and happy.
Yes, more play acting to judge from her reaction to our client's name.
Your hats and gloves, gentlemen.
Oh, thank you.
Vicky.
Thank
Sir?
you, Vicky.
Tell me, Vicky, where does Mrs. Terriss's daughter live?
In Camberwell, sir, but you won't find her there.
Where will I find her?
Where she's been for the past 6 weeks, poor woman. Charing Cross Hospital.
There's something quite eerie about an empty theatre.
Oh, do you think so? Oh, I find the atmosphere invigorating.
Yes, what is that smell?
Besides, they use it to stretch the canvas on the flats.
On the what?
Mr. Holmes? Dr. Watson?
Oh, Miss Millward.
Come on up. There are steps on the left.
Excellent acoustics. Oh, for a muse of fire that would ascend the brightest heaven of invention.
A kingdom for a stage. Princess to act. I'm so sorry.
Oh, let me find you a chair.
No, I'm all right. Well, Mr. Holmes, have you come to report progress?
I have.
But that's excellent. What have you discovered?
I've discovered that you and the late William Terriss enjoyed a most intimate relationship.
I do not deny it.
I'm glad to hear it. Honesty is of infinitely more use to me than deception. Do you object to discussing the subject?
Not if it will help.
It could well do so.
Then ask me your questions.
Exactly how deep was the friendship?
We were in love. And we were lovers.
And your plans were?
William was going to divorce his wife, and we were to marry.
Mrs. Terriss knew this?
Yes, she did.
Had Terriss already left her?
No, he had not. It was all arranged, and then that... And then Seymour Hicks appeared on the scene.
Seymour Hicks, the actor?
Seymour Hicks has been hailed as the new William Terriss.
I believe that qualifies as dramatic irony, Mr. Holmes. But Hicks has another role in this sorry affair. One his adoring public don't know about.
What role is that?
Seymour Hicks seduced Will's daughter and made her pregnant.
When was this?
8 months ago. Oh, he did the honourable thing.
He married the girl.
In secret. Hicks didn't want his public to know. Dashing young actor, big following among the ladies, you understand?
Why is Terriss's daughter in hospital? Do you know?
A miscarriage. Lots of complications. Even if she recovers, the girl's career is over. Did you know she was an actress?
Yes. Did Terriss accept the marriage?
He had little choice.
How did Hicks feel about his father-in-law?
He was convinced that Will used his position in the profession to stop jobs coming his way.
Was he correct?
Of course not. Will wouldn't do a thing like that. But Hicks wouldn't listen to reason. He hated Will.
Enough to kill him?
I don't know. Perhaps. Anyway, the girl's illness. It brought Will and Amy closer. He wouldn't leave her while Emmeline was still so sick. But he promised me, once she was better, once she was back on her feet... Find out who did this, Mr. Holmes. My Will was the kindest, gentlest, most generous man who ever walked this earth. Find out who did this.
This is very interesting.
Hmm? What is it?
The programme for the Secret Service, the play at the Adelphi. There's a biography of Terriss.
Ah, the public face. What does it say?
Well, he had an amazing life. Sailor, tea planter, banker, wine merchant, all before he was 20.
And then he went on the stage.
Ah, yes, but he made no progress and he gave it up. And he came back to it after a couple of years. More success this time. Taken up by the Terry family.
Ah, intelligent move on his part. Get well in with the profession's leading dynasty.
Terriss was a star by 81. Acted with all the greats, and then invited to head the permanent company at the Adelphi. Well, even if it's half fiction, it's a fascinating story.
Ah, that's praise indeed, coming from you.
What next? Are we going to talk to Seymour Hicks?
I'm going to talk to Seymour Hicks. You're going to pursue a new line of inquiry.
Oh, what's that?
You really must learn to appreciate the value of minute pieces of information. We just learned something of great interest about the late Mr. Terriss.
We did?
Not from that programme.
What, from Jessie Millward?
Yes. My Will was the kindest, gentlest, most generous man who ever walked this earth. And in his profession, generosity would almost certainly have brought him into contact with one particular group of people.
Sit down, Dr. Watson.
Oh, yes, thank you.
The Actors' Benevolent Fund is always happy to greet a new patron.
Oh, I'm afraid that's not why I'm here.
Oh, then how can I help you?
It's about the late William Terriss.
God rest his soul. What a terrible business.
Yes, indeed.
What do you want to know?
Well, I'm trying to build up a picture of him. I understand that he was a very generous man.
Well, it can't do any harm now, I suppose.
What do you mean, Mr. Cotson?
He'd have had my hide if I'd breathed a word of it while he was alive. Look, it's this way, Doctor. Some people in this business, they do their good deeds right enough, but they do them in the limelight, so to speak. You follow me?
Oh, I think so, yes.
Works wonders for the old public image. And fair's fair, the money's always welcome, whatever the motive behind the giving of it.
But Terriss wasn't like that?
Bless you, no. Put his hand in his pocket for anyone in the profession, Will would. But breathe a word of it outside, and he'd deny it like a shot. And it wasn't just the money, either. Just a minute. Yes, here we are. Take a look at this.
Thank you. This is to certify that I know the bearer of this letter, Richard Arthur Prince, actor, as a hard-working and deserving member of the profession, Will Terriss.
Prince was down on his luck. He brought us that, and we helped him out for a spell. Let's see. No. Ah! Here it is, yes. Regular payments starting January 96. Yes, right after the last committee meeting. Well, Terriss was always doing that sort of thing.